mics are.
Where are they? So I don't touch them.
Yours is right there.
Of course it is. It's on restriction. I know you're better at the faces than me.
Welcome back to the bakery and to Pie Talk with your host, B. Willis.
And Priscilla Z.
We are here today in honor of P.I.E, pursuing internal evolutions. As of right now, when you're watching this, you can also go to podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart and get your audio version. We're moving these things along fast. You know, that's what we do.
And we'd also like to, again, shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. All the gratitude and love. We appreciate the comments, the interactions, the likes, the subscribes. You guys are perpetuating our currency and the flow is on. So
we're here to do this.
Yeah.
For you, though. Speaking of, we got some comments from the page directly. We're going to go through, I think there's 4 or 5 of them. We're going to address real quick. We'll do that every show. So make sure you drop your comments, your questions, kind of like your pluses, your wishes, whatever you want to hear us kind of help you with, because this journey into P.I.E is a journey into self.
Sounds delicious. So, you know, we had our friend Nance on the last episode, and she asked a really great question in regards to developing confidence. What we gave her, or the gifts we tried to give out to all of you, we hope were received with all love. And Nance came back with a little bit of love that she's throwing our way. So she goes by Chocolate Barbie on the good old YouTube. And then here it says, "Hello there," with a big old heart. "Thank you both for responding to my comment/question. This is Nancy. What I gained from the video you, B. Willis, and Priscilla shared in regards to gaining confidence is I hold the keys to my prison, which is my mind. True confidence comes from within, and by practicing steps from the blueprint, I can start to climb my mountain and build my confidence." Thank you.
Your guidance are very, very welcome. For sure.
Your guidance is so helpful and needed. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. We appreciate your feedback there. I like that you touched base on what we brought up about the keys to my prison. I think that's something that we really should consider every day.
Yeah, it's all about remembering that there's so many forms of incarceration that we don't see in our minds, right? And what she brought up and what I constantly, speak about is you have the keys. You're the warden to whatever prison you're in. So not to get too much into that again, but we're going to touch on that here and there, because at the end of the day, you are like, wherever you feel really, really down and trapped and alone, like you have the power to set yourself free internally.
Yeah, I believe that power is really what feeds that confidence within inside of us, when we build up our self-esteem, and we give ourselves some self-respect, then I think we feel good, and it's a good thing to get into. The next thing we got here is a great message, just some really great love, and it says, "Love the message. Thank you. Also, I have the same shirt, the Believe in Yourself." That's awesome.
Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. I honestly had went a couple days before we were going to shoot and grabbed like 3 or 4 shirts that were specifically chosen for people to see, and I'm honestly I'm honored that you caught that and you understand that this is on all levels about motivation, about inspiration, about self-love, self-help, self-advocacy, and we just hope to share some tools that you could use.
Yeah, another person who looks like she's on a mission for some self-advocacy and love is our friend Brittany Davis. And she says, "I love what you guys are doing. I feel often we are always so much harder on ourselves than everyone else. I do feel like it's time we all love ourselves more. Great collaboration. Priscilla, your love and light always brightens the room. Finally, after 33 years on this earth, I have set my boundaries. This year is all about personal growth and self care, and I am here for the pie you're dishing out. I guess I'll kind of hit on this first. So, what's really fun is I've always wanted to perpetuate this love and growth. And anytime I present myself to others, I want to make their day better by giving off the kind of energy that I want to receive. And so when I am at work, which is actually where Brittany and I used to know one another, it could be a rough day, any kind of day. We could be full of all sorts of challenges and obstacles. But I'm usually the first one to make a joke or to get us laughing or moving a little bit. And I feel like that stuff is so memorable to people because in the hard times, you actually are searching for the light. So I encourage everybody to play along with that a little bit. Another thing that maybe we could touch on is this last portion about how after 33 years, Brittany, very cool of you, that she's finally set some boundaries and that this year is all about personal growth, self care, and then obviously the pie.
Well, I could speak to that because I am a little dibble dabber into numerology. You know, I do believe in the power of the numbers and the vibrations that come with those. And I don't know if you said that on purpose, but if you Google the universal year 7, which is the year we're in, 2023, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7, is the spiritual year. It is the number of the spiritual of inner journey, right? So I can't wait to see what you do next year. And I know that if you're setting boundaries coming into this transition from 7 to 8, then you're going to flourish next year, guaranteed. And speaking of numbers, you had posted, Priscilla here posted a memory, March 22nd, 2018, which is just hilarious because, as I said, numbers are big in my mind. I'm always seeing 444. I had to look it up. It means angels are in agreement with everything you're doing. I see 444 all the time. 4 is my life path number, right? My wife's birthday is March 22nd. So like these numbers just mixing and intermingling, it's like once the veil is lifted, it's hard to unsee the things that the universe is showing me. And so
I kind of thank God for that one. I appreciate that once the mind is available to let the eyes see, that I have the capacity to really get more enlightenment every single day. Numbers are a really great way of playing with what I like to call like the angels or the people that have passed on. I feel like the people that might be up above us, maybe some spirits, they have a way of connecting with us. And it could just be the universe at hand, but they get to speak to us in numbers. And sometimes those numbers help us get clues to navigate life a little better. One tip, though, that I'd like to share with everybody that I learned probably within the last month or so, because I love numerology, I love numbers, but 111, when you see that number or when 111 is about, it's manifesting the thoughts that are in your mind. So you better be careful about the thoughts you've got up top. If you're in the car and you're driving and you're angry at the dude in front of you that keeps brake checking you and you throw out anger and aggression towards that individual, even though you don't think it's that big of a deal, you're just in your car, right? It's just you. You could be manifesting anger and resentment in your mind if it's 111 on the clock. So always be mindful about what you have processing up top because you never know when the numbers could be backing up the things that you want.
Facts. I feel it.
Another thing that kind of flows into the energy topic is our friend Sarah. She says, I like that you guys talk about our energy being our currency. P.S. I love pie on my birthday.
I love me some apple pie. For sure, for sure.
And I've never been one for cake, and so I'm also on the same plane. I love pie. I also
This
big
is the pie
time.
shop. This is the bakery.
Oof, and you never want that tea. It stains your teeth, you know.
Pour the tea out, man.
Oof.
Just pour the tea out.
Please and thank you.
Let it go. Somebody try to bring you the tea. I challenge you. Tell them you don't want it. You're cool.
Decline.
I'm good off the tea. Like offer them some pie.
Yeah. Again, if you're sucking up the tea and the 111 hits, you don't know what you're manifesting. So even if it's someone else's business, it might become yours. So be careful and protect yourself. I think that the concept of currency and the flow that we have going on is really a highlight. This concept of that, the USDA really isn't what dominates us. It's all about the time that you spend, the effort that you put in, the love that you're giving out, and what you choose to do with your every single day. And I think kind of we had a big day today, maybe along the lines of maybe a birthday.
Something like that. I've been home 365 days from my physical external prison.
Mm.
And it's been a whirlwind of blessings and just putting my best foot forward. I really believe in the pursue it if you want it philosophy, the blueprint. Everything I'm doing is embodied in my life. I think it's my turn.
Ooh.
You got day one. So
Please.
We're jumping into day two. Shout out to Joshua Smith
and Jordan Davis.
Keep effing going. So we're going to pursue it if you want it. And then keep effing going with day two. Your hustle will determine your success. Work hard and never stop grinding. Ask yourself, what specific actions can I take today to demonstrate my hustle and dedication towards achieving my goals? And how can I maintain my momentum and motivation over the long term to ensure lasting success?
I love that.
Day two is like that.
Yeah.
There's 363 more of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying though.
Yeah, I really enjoy the first line. Your hustle will determine your success. Like, how much effort do you really want to put in? How much of your currency do you want to invest in your success? And really, like, you're the one again with the keys. You're the one that gets to decide how you're going to put that out into the world and how much you want to give.
Well, let's break this down just a little bit further, because one thing, my dad was here visiting, right? He had a talk with me and my son, and he grabbed something from the kitchen and he held it out to my son and he said, "What do you see?" Right? And my son got to describing the thing in his hand, and my dad said, I did that to say, like, look at everything, look at the bigger picture. What do you see? Everything that you see encompasses who's holding the thing, what the thing is, where the thing came from. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because I like to break down success. If your hustle determines your success, what is success to you? Because my success and what I value as being successful is going to be vastly different than what you value as success. Which it brings me to a story with, I think it was the Beatles or a band that says there was a band. Wow, was it the Beatles? It was a metal band, right? And they kicked the drummer out. And long story short, to keep this short and sweet, the drummer's idea of success was creating his own band and doing bigger numbers than the guys who kicked him out. Even though he had millions of followers and millions of dollars, he was unable to beat the band that kicked him out, which I believe this story comes from the Beatles and Megadeth. Ooh, I could be wrong. Okay. I could be wrong.
That makes sense.
But the point is the same. To him, that millions of dollars and millions of followers and all the different shows and all the different things, he was not successful because to him, success meant beating the people who kicked him out of the band. Oof. To me or you, millions of dollars and millions of followers is probably going to be extremely successful. So when you think about your hustle will determine your success, what does success mean to you? And what are you hustling towards?
Yeah, one thing that I personally value in terms of my own success is how I feel at the end of the day. And when I put in my effort and my energy and my time to things, it's I could really care less about the USDA, okay? And I don't know if that's to a fault sometimes. You know, money is something we need on this earth, and I understand. But at the end of the day, if I feel good, then I have been successful in my endeavors. And I always want to make sure that I'm actively choosing to do the things that make me feel the best internally. I'm like, the next thing we got going on the list here is a little bit of a reading that we picked out. Well, B did, and then we've been kind of mulling it over a little bit. But it says, embrace each new day as an opportunity for growth and positive change. Your journey of self improvement begins with the choices you make today. This thought encourages you to approach each day with a sense of purpose. And the mindset that you have the power to make choices that contribute to your personal growth and well being. It reminds you that small steps taken daily can lead to significant positive changes over time. So I keep thinking that falls back to our day 2 concept too, and like success and
funny how that worked.
What's worth it?
Because some of you don't know, we're just reading them. I've skimmed over this book, but I have not read all the days, so I'm doing it in real time. She's doing it in real time. When we called to get her a book, Josh didn't have any yet, but he does now, so you got to get your book.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But I can break this down into one sentence. The power of small decisions. That's some pie for you right there.
Right.
So just think about that. The butterfly effect, the ripple effect, the power of small decisions. Yeah. And next thing you know, something grand is happening because you decided to do something for yourself and you took a step inwards instead of letting some outside external program write your narrative for you. Take one small step towards that thing you want. If you take one step a day for 365 days, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
Absolutely. I have to humble myself too in this and just say, you know, I always, in my mind, I kind of overthink things and I am constantly trying to take big leaps. And a lot of times when you take a big leap, I need other people to do things for me, or I'm asking for things that are outside of my control. And it usually provides me with a lot of chaos and a lot more stepping to the sides versus stepping forward. And so when I choose to take my own power back, and I always got to fall back on the blueprint, you know, the blueprint's design really, it makes you check yourself. It makes you go back inward and how you're the protector of your own peace. You're the protector of your own design. And so those little tiny steps are something you can control. You can take just one little movement towards the concepts that you wish to achieve without needing anybody to do anything for you. It's all about you and your I would say small amounts of progress that lead to, I mean, spiritual glory in the end of it all.
Yeah, definitely. And the blueprint really is about accountability. You know, hold yourself accountable because you're who you spend all of your time with, regardless of who wants your time, regardless of who craves your attention. You are the one that you spend 100% of this time on the earth with. Be good to you. Really, really, really good to yourself. And let that come out naturally in your communications and your interactions with other human beings, especially those that are close to you. On that note, any final thoughts?
Well, I was just going to say, you know, this book was in front of me and I like giving gifts. So I opened it up and
random page.
Again, this is the Heal Your Body book. This book was written by a beautiful teacher, Louise Hay. She, I believe it was in the 70s, she was in a scientific, like metaphysical style church. And she had started to notice that a lot of the ailments that people were enduring all had a mindset, a metaphysical sense that was backing up the ailment. And she then decided that she would take those concepts, write them all down, And then she would write positive affirmations that would oppose the issues. She printed, I believe, 2,000 copies of this exact book right here. And she started to just hand them out freely or for the donation of $5.
Nice.
And
which was a lot of money back then.
a lot of money, yeah. But her main intent, again, she went in and she gifted her currency to the world. And the world gifted it right back. Before she passed, she was the top tier of one of the largest motivational speaking / book publishing units in the world, Hay House Productions. She was the umbrella for tons of magnificent souls that wanted to step out and share all the goods that they had to offer. And then in return, every last person underneath her umbrella, they all live a really great life full of success and opportunity. As I randomly opened the book, I hit the word colds. And I all know that we're all probably have somebody in our lives right now, maybe kids, or you got all sorts of people around you spreading the sniffles, right?
Going around
those
right
colds.
now. It's going around.
So let's read up on this just before we take off and maybe give ourselves a chance to heal up if we head into that realm. So it says colds, upper respiratory illness. Okay, that's the subtext in case, it hits down. So it usually means you got too much going on at once. Sounds right given the season. Mental confusion, disorder, small hurts. I get 3 colds every winter type of belief. I know.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Let me get that.
So then the affirmation.
The affirmation is PIE. I allow my mind to relax and be at peace. Clarity and harmony are within me and around me. All is well. We're going to leave y'all with that affirmation. Enjoy that piece of pie. Enjoy your holidays. We will see you next year.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Your comments really help perpetuate. We are answering them. We are paying attention, as you see.
Yeah. Have a blessed holiday, everybody.